students, a very good morning to you. How are you? I hope you all okay and doing your work properly. Dear students, as you know that we have started our new chapter 14 of class 11th, that is respiration in plants. And in yesterday class we have discussed about basic concept of respiration, how respiration occurs. Today we will study about the important topic of this chapter, that is glycolysis. I have also introduced about glycolysis, that conversion of glucose into pyruvic acid or pyruvate, means when glucose break down into pyruvate, that process is called as glycolysis. And glycolysis not occur simultaneously, it would take many steps, means through many steps the process of glycolysis occurs. Now let's understand this glycolysis in detail. So glycolysis is also called as EMP pathway. Glycolysis is also called as EMP pathway. Why this is called as EMP pathway? Because the scheme of reaction that is used in the process of glycolysis is given by three scientists. The scheme of reactions given by three scientists, Ernst, Meyerhoff and Parnas. Ernst, Meyerhoff and Parnas. So on the basis of their names, means starting EMP, this is called as EMP pathway. Clear? Glycolysis is also called as EMP pathway on the name of three scientists who give the scheme of reactions in glycolysis, that is Ernst, Meyerhoff and Parnas. Clear students? So now let's understand in details what will happen. Ernst M. Dunn. Complete name is Ernst M. Dunn. So now let's see point wise what will happen in this process, means how glycolysis occurs, means how glucose goes through different steps by the action of different type of enzymes to produce two molecules of pyruvic acid. So we will study it in detail. As we know, in this process the glucose is partially oxidized to give pyruvate. Why I am calling it partially oxidation? Because when glucose will be completely oxidized, then it will give water and carbon dioxide. But as we are getting pyruvic acid, that's why it is called as partial oxidation. So we can write the first point as glucose is partially oxidized. As glucose is partially oxidized to give two molecules of pyruvate. Partial oxidation occurs when oxygen supply is insufficient, but glucose never breaks itself directly into carbon dioxide, water. So through pyruvic acid or through pyruvate, it will get converted into water, carbon dioxide or any other byproducts formed during the process of glycolysis. That's why this is called as partial oxidation. Clear? So next, glucose is phosphorylated with the help of ATP. Now you should understand this cycle. After this we will write. Clear? So here through the cycle I want to explain you that how glycolysis occurs. You can see. Here is the glucose and its formula is C6H12O6, and glucose contains 6 carbons. I write here glucose contains 6 carbons. Again, glucose by the action of the enzyme hexokinase. Hexokinase is the enzyme which converts glucose into glucose 6-phosphate. Means here from glucose 1 ATP get reduced into ADP. 1 ATP get reduced into ADP and glucose get converted into glucose 6-phosphate by the action of hexokinase. Clear? Then what happened? Then glucose 6-phosphate means it also contains 6 carbon. Then it converted into fructose 6-phosphate. This will happen by the help of enzyme isomerase. Isomerase is the enzyme which converts fructose 6-phosphate into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Here also ATP is reduced to ADP. Adenosine triphosphate get reduced to adenosine diphosphate. Then the product we get is fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. This also contains 6 carbon. You have to notice here glucose 6 carbon, then glucose 6-phosphate contains 6 carbon, then fructose 6-phosphate contains 6 carbon, then fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, which is a reduced form of phosphate. Reduced form of phosphate is 1,6-bisphosphate. Again, this is converted into triose phosphate. Triose means which contain 3 carbons. That's why this is called as triose phosphate. And the triose phosphate is here glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Triose phosphate is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. It also can be reversed by forming triose phosphate, or we can say dihydroxyacetone. It also contains 3 carbon, means dihydroxyacetone can be converted into triose phosphate and triose phosphate can be converted into dihydroxyacetone, or which contains 3 carbon. Here again glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate get converted into 2 triose bisphosphate by reducing NAD to NADH plus H plus. NAD when get reduced, then it will get converted into NADH plus H plus, and as a result we get 2 triose bisphosphate, or we can say 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. Then this also contains 3 carbon. Again one inorganic phosphate. In these steps you can see from ADP is formed, but here again it is reversed. From ATP is formed, and this will form 2 triose phosphate or 3-phosphoglyceric acid. This is also 3 carbon. Then next step will be 2-2-phosphoglycerate, and here it will release 1 molecule of water to give 2-phosphophenyl pyruvate, and again here another inorganic phosphate is joined with ADP to give ATP, and at last we will get 2-pyruvic acid. It means pyruvic acid. This is contain 3 carbon. So dear students, don't think this is so complicated. You can follow your NCERT book and can see the cycle, how the carbons are reduced step by step. As I have told you here, this is the enzymatic process, means many reactions occur and different type of enzymes are involved in this. So the glucose first converted into glucose 6-phosphate. पहले ग्लूकोज, इसमें 6 कार्बन है, ये हेक्सोकाइनेज एंजाइम के हेल्प से कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा ग्लूकोज 6-फॉस्फेट में. ये ग्लूकोज का रिड्यूस्ड फॉर्म है, इसमें भी 3 कार्बन है. जब ये रिड्यूस होगा तो एक एटीपी मॉलिक्यूल का यूज करेगा, तो यहाँ से एटीपी से एक फॉस्फेट रिमूव हो जाएगा और बनेगा एटीपी. फिर से ग्लूकोज 6-फॉस्फेट जो है कन्वर्ट होगा फ्रुक्टोज 6-फॉस्फेट में, और ये दोबारा से आइसोमरेज एंजाइम के हेल्प से फ्रुक्टोज 1,6-बिसफॉस्फेट में कन्वर्ट होगा, और यहाँ पे भी एटीपी से एक इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट रिलीज होके न्यूली फॉर्म्ड एडीपी होगा. एटीपी हियर एडीपी क्या बनेगा फिर फ्रुक्टोज 1,6-बिसफॉस्फेट. उसके बाद फिर से क्या होगा, ट्राइओस फॉस्फेट मिलेगा, और ये रिवर्स हो सकता है किसके साथ, डाईहाइड्रोक्सी एसीटोन के साथ, और डाईहाइड्रोक्सी एसीटोन भी रिवर्स हो सकता है ट्राइओस फॉस्फेट के साथ. तो ये एक रिवर्स रिएक्शन हो गया. फिर ग्लिसराल्डिहाइड 3-फॉस्फेट जो है जिसमें 3 कार्बन है, ये रिड्यूस करेगा NAD को NADH plus H plus में, और मिलेगा 2 triose bisphosphate, और वी कैन से 1,3 बिसफॉस्फोग्लिसरिक एसिड। इसमें भी 3 कार्बन है। यहाँ तक आपने देखा 6 कार्बन था। अब यहाँ पे आते ही मतलब आइसोमरेज के एक्शन के बाद ये धीरे धीरे रिड्यूस हो गया 3 कार्बन को। तो जो 3 कार्बन यहाँ पे मिला, कैसे मिला? 2 into triose bisphosphate means 1,3 बिसफॉस्फोग्लिसरिक एसिड get converted into 2 triose phosphate by conversion of, here you can notice, here ADP get converted into ATP and we get 2 triose phosphate। हमें क्या मिला? 2 triose phosphate। और इसको हम बोल सकते हैं 3 फॉस्फोग्लिसरिक एसिड, जिसमें 3 कार्बन है। फिर से ये क्या हो गया? फिर से रिड्यूस होके 2 into 2 फॉस्फोग्लिसरेट मीन्स 2 फॉस्फोग्लिसरेट में कन्वर्ट हो गया। और जब ये दोबारा से फॉस्फोफिनल पाइरुवेट में कन्वर्ट होगा, इसको एक वाटर मॉलिक्यूल छोड़ना पड़ेगा, रिलीज करना पड़ेगा। तो यहाँ पे एक वाटर मॉलिक्यूल रिलीज हो गया और हमें मिला 2 फॉस्फोफिनल पाइरुवेट। फिर से यहाँ पे क्या होगा? ADP से ATP बनेगा और हमें मिल जाएगा पाइरुवेट। तो ये जो है पूरा का पूरा साइकिल। अब हम इसको थियोरिटिकली देखेंगे कि इसमें क्या क्या हो रहा है। तो जैसे कि मैंने बोला, यहाँ पे ग्लूकोज का पार्शियल ऑक्सीडेशन हो रहा है, मीन्स ग्लूकोज पार्शियली ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है। उसके बाद क्या हो रहा है? हमें पाइरुवेट मिल रहा है। तो ये जो ग्लूकोज है पहले फॉस्फोरिलेटेड होगा ATP into glucose 6 phosphate। So next point we can write glucose get phosphorylated, glucose get phosphorylated from ADP, from ATP to ADP to give glucose 6 phosphate। This is the first step I write in theoretical। So यहाँ पे मैंने फॉस्फोरिलेटेड क्यों लिखा क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक फॉस्फोरस जो है रिड्यूस हो रहा है। इस प्रोसेस को हम फॉस्फोरिलेशन भी बोल सकते। तो पहले स्टेप में यही हुआ है, ग्लूकोज फॉस्फोरिलेटेड हो गया, मतलब ATP से ADP हो गया और हमें क्या मिला? ग्लूकोज 6 फॉस्फेट। समझ में आ गया होगा आई थिंक। नहीं आएगा तो आपको बार बार प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा। फिर ग्लूकोज क्या हो जाएगा? उसके आइसोमर में कन्वर्ट होके आइसोमरेज एंजाइम के हेल्प से कन्वर्ट होगा फ्रुक्टोज 6 फॉस्फेट में। थर्ड पॉइंट वी कैन राइट ग्लूकोज गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू fructose 6 phosphate by the action of isomerase enzyme। This is the third one। You can write this। Next we will move to the fourth step। What is fourth step tells us? We are writing it theoretically. You can also write after studying this cycle। So fourth step, in third step we see how isomerase will get converted into, next phosphorylation again occurs, you can see। Next point we can write fructose 6 phosphate get phosphorylated into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate। Students, I am not doing anything, I am just explaining these lines that how they are get converted into or get reduced from 6 carbon to 3 carbon। That's why when ATP means the steps where ATP get reduced, these steps are called as phosphorylation। Or I am writing here fructose 6 phosphate get phosphorylated into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate। Clear? So this will happen in the fourth step। Next, fifth step will again form form triose phosphate. For formation of triose phosphate, it has to be split. So what will happen? The fifth step, what we will write in the fifth step? We can write fructose 1,6-phosphate, fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is split. Fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is split to which molecule? Molecule of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Here you can see phosphoglyceraldehyde. So we can write it as split into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Here this step we are writing about. So fructose 1,6-bisphosphate gets split into one molecule of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde and one molecule of dihydroxyacetone here, and one molecule of dihydroxyacetone. Clear, students? So here we get one molecule of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde as well as one molecule of dihydroxyacetone. These two products are interconvertible. As the sign shows you, these are interconvertible. It means triose can be converted into dihydroxyacetone and dihydroxy. So we can write these two are interconvertible. It means we can convert, or it will be itself get converted into, means dihydroxyacetone will converted into triose phosphate. Then what will the next step? Next step is 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is oxidized to 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Again 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is oxidized to, sixth step we will write 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is oxidized to 2-triose, means 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, where NAD is reduced. You can see. We can write this as 2-triose bisphosphate, or we can write it as 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. By the help of is oxidized to 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid, 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid by the reduction of NAD. Remember students, NAD reduced to NADH plus H plus. So we will see this step, means in the sixth point we write that how 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is oxidized and formation of, means it will get reduced to NADH. Again what happen? Again it is break into phosphoglyceric acid. You can see we will get this, and again this split into 3-phosphoglyceric acid by addition of inorganic phosphate. So 7th point we will write what happened in the 7th point. Here 3-phosphoglycerate or 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate again split this way, 1,3-phosphoglycerate again split into 2 triose phosphate or 3 phosphoglyceric acid by removing or by adding one inorganic phosphate. Or we can say this will be formation of ATP. This will be formation of ATP, means we will get 3 phosphoglyceric acid by formation of ATP. So 1,3-bis phosphoglyceric acid again split and 1 ATP. 1 ATP formation. Then we will get 3 phosphoglyceric acid formation and we get 3 phosphoglyceric acid. Clear, students? So the next step we will see that how 3 phosphoglyceric acid is formed. Again it is converted into 2 phosphoglycerate. Again this will again converted into 2 phosphoglycerate. I will not need to write this. So you can see 2 phosphoglycerate. Then after this step water is removed and 2 phosphophenyl pyruvate is formed, and that is take place in the help of the enzyme that is called as pyruvate kinase. Here the enzyme involved is called as pyruvate kinase. Pyruvate kinase. This will make 2 into 2 phosphoglycerate. It means 2 molecules of phosphoglycerate we will get. It will release 1 molecule of water, and by the help of pyruvate kinase enzyme makes 2 phosphophenyl pyruvate, and again what happens? Again formation of ATP occurs and then we will get the pyruvic acid. This is our topic. So students, you should write all these steps in points like I wrote here. So you have to write, then you have to practice the cycle 5 times. Otherwise you can't remember this as it is completely based on chemistry. But still you can understand that how 6 carbon at last reduced to 3 carbon through many steps. And here I have also write some enzymes which are involved in this process. So today this is all about your glycolysis and formation of pyruvic acid.